Live. We are ready to go. How did we get in the ring? That's the real question. No, how did we get in the ring? I guess we have to go down the chutes. Because I think I'm supposed to be a ring clerk today. Yeah. Ryan, it's echoing. Okay, so
that's what I think you're picking up.
So, okay.
So we're only doing first purples
Yeah.
in the ring. We're not placing them besides the first two.
Right.
And then the seconds are on deck and that one gets to come
Right.
out.
And then we're doing sailors.
No.
He's not placing sailors?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just get too loud.
I just need you guys to give this every once in a while.
To make sure it's
Tell me if it's freaking out. Tell me if any comments pop up here with people being upset about something, like if the video is not cooperating or something. It should.
Okay.
It's in excellent condition.
Can I
Should
get
be
a thumbs up
okay.
if you can hear us in the barn?
But
Swine barn?
Good?
Beef barn?
Turn it up. Why did it work? We're just saying, can we take this one maybe this way?
how do I get
Sorry, please be patient. We're trying to work this mic and make sure that we don't have this feedback for you guys.
Do we have to go through the chutes to get in the ring?
Can you still hear us up here? Can you hear me still? I don't think I'm echoing. Okay, here we go. We're going to start this show. Congratulations to all our first and second class purples. We're going to start with our lightweights. All of our first purples are going to go in from the lightweight pigs. We need Taylor Kessler, Taylor A. Lee, Brannon Clevenger, Devin Foulon, and Jasmine Clevenger to the ring. Second purples, you're going to be on deck in your stalls stalls with your pig cleaned. If your class winner is chosen, you will then enter the ring. And please let's welcome our judge back, Chris Hall. He is from the animal science professor and judging team coach from Eastern Oklahoma State College. He's a graduate of OSU and a member of the 2012 National Judging Team. Let's give him a round of applause.
You know what may be easier? Can you just flip that screen towards me so I can check on it every once in a while?
Greg's made some comments.
That's great. They're not negative, right?
Upset? Who's upset or something?
Oh.
We're ready for the following pigs. Taylor Kessler, Taylor A. Lee, Brandon Clevenger, Devin Foulon, and Jasmine Clevenger. Please come to the ring at this time.
good division here in this lightweight bunch to get started. I think all 5 of these class winners represent good dogs that are good enough in terms of build, skeleton, design, athleticism, all of those things. And we've got some of them that are definitely, we've got a few more extras. And there's one of them out here that's probably pushing the limits as to what I'm comfortable with in terms of the extras, but I'm also someone who's highly instinctive. Whenever they come in the gate, I either like them or I don't for the most part. And there's one of them out here that struck me extremely favorably. I wish this hog wasn't quite as full as what he was today. I might have actually liked him just a nickel better yesterday when he was a shot emptier, but I still think this hog's really good. It does a lot of things very well. Skeleton, I think, is still plenty acceptable for how much soundness, how much mass he's got. That's going to be the young lady's bear right here in the middle. She's going to be champion of this first division. Congratulations to her.
Avery Hansen, please come to the ring. Avery Hansen, please come to the ring.
I think that a decision out here for reserve becomes a good bit closer. I went to bed last night and I remembered that champion quite well in that class, and I was pretty fond of that pig, and I thought that one was probably going to be our Division I champion, just thinking back. And whenever I thought about reserve, I knew it was going to be quite a bit closer and more competitive out here, and I actually think the decision for reserve comes down between a pair of bears that are a little bit more conventional in terms of their muscle, but also, extremely functional and good about their build, their skeletal quality, their design. And I think within that pair of them, there's one of them that's a shot stouter feature. His forearm and his feet are bigger. I think his pin set's a little bit wider as well. That's a young man, Sandy Pillar Bear. That one will be reserved. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to our lightweight champion, Jasmine Clevenger, and our lightweight reserve champion, Brandon Clevenger. Let's give them a round of applause. Our next class. From class 6, Cutter Christensen. From class 7, Lila Freeman. From class 8, Ty Damon. From class 9, Calvin Davis. From class 10, Jordan Robinson. And from class 11, Hadley West. Would these 6 members please into the ring at this time.
Well, similar story to our first division out here. I thought there was one that I remember rather fondly of in class yesterday. I thought he came out of a very good class as well, and a hog that struck me extremely, extremely favorable. I mean, you talk about one that's fresh as a daisy and dialed in and presented at a high, high level, and still really speaks to me in terms of his skeleton, his quality, his feet and legs, and a hog that's still got something to you in terms of just body shape and mass. Look at this blue bear over here to my right is going to be champion. Congratulations.
From class 11, Samantha Payne. Please into the ring. Samantha Payne from class 11.
I think the decision for reserve becomes extremely close and competitive between a pair of them out here. And I'll just tell you the pair of them and then kind of talk about them a little bit. The young lady second to that champion's one that I liked that class a lot yesterday. I think that hog, if you compare him to the champion, might be just a shot stouter about his feature. And another one that's got a great big back, not as truly maybe as mobile as what that champion is. He just doesn't want to grab another gear and really go. I actually think his angles and his joints are all appropriate and laid in him correctly, but sometimes that hog just wants to be a little lethargic out here. And then the young man's gray belted bear right here. I like that one. It's just his basic build and his functionality. At times I question, does that hog really have enough true mass? Is he too frail in terms of his feature and at the ground? So I think that pair of them's really, really close. I guess there's one of them that I continue to gravitate to that I think's just got a few more extras in terms of that extra feature, that extra stoutness, and still having it in a pretty good skeleton that I think probably under normal circumstances maybe not be quite as full and would go just a little faster, but that's the young lady second to the champion there. That one will be reserved. Congratulations, Clark.
We'd like to congratulate the midweight champion, Hadley West, and the midweight reserve champion, Samantha Payne. Congratulations. Now we're going to call up our heavyweight classes. From class 12, we'd like Jaron Godley. Class 13, Mackenzie Running. Class 14, Haley Moore. Class 15, Cinch Earnhardt. Class 16, Jade West. And class 17, Kobe Hillier. Thank you.
Unlike our first couple of divisions here, I think there's a trio of them out here that it gets to be very close and competitive between. A pair of them that are probably a little more similar, and then there's one of them that's a bit of an outlier just in terms of mass and dimension. And I think on that one, you got to ask yourself, skeletally, is it good enough? And so I don't know. I'm kind of in between on that on where I think totally that one skeleton's at. But I think I continue to go back to one that of that trio. Not only is this one really good build, really functional and correct, but I think of that trio is actually the stoutest in terms of its feature, the heaviest in terms of its structure. And I don't know if it's rib cages and as round as any of them. Got a big wide square chest and a good rear leg work. And young man's Blue Bear right here is going to be champion. Congratulations.
Lane Maggerly from Class 12, please come to the ring. Lane Maggerly to the ring.
We bring in that young man second place bear, and I like that class, and I like that pair of bears in class yesterday really good. Thought that one was a little shorter faced and just probably shorter everywhere, but I think he does come in the hunt out here. He's one of with the other couple that I mentioned earlier that would definitely be in consideration out here. And I think then it comes down to you got a bear that's good in terms of his build, but you just got to wonder, does that hawk have any muscle and any kind of true back shape? And I continue to ask myself that question, and I don't know, I kind of go back and forth, and then you got the one with all the bells and whistles in the world, so many extras. But at the same time, he's a little frailer structurally and a little straighter in terms of the angle to the shoulder. And so I go back and forth to that. And I guess so for me, whenever you sit down and just really, truly evaluate them and say, which one's genuinely got more good, and you got to put personal preference aside, I think the one that's the second best is the young lady in the ag jacket right there. She's going to be good.
We'd like to congratulate our heavyweight champion, Jaron Godley, and our heavyweight reserve champion, Jade West. We'd now like to welcome back our lightweight champion, Jasmine Clevenger, our midweight champion, Hadley West, and our heavyweight champion, Jaron Godley. Please come to the ring at this time.
always a good day to judge pigs.
Yeah, CJ's just gonna hit, and then Hadley's on her way back in. Do you want all 6 of them in there? Okay. Yeah, Hadley got her. She's right here. She's waiting for them to let them in. Hadley. Hadley.
As we wrap up here, I'd just like to say thank you again for having me. It's really been a lot of fun to come out. It's been different for sure. Never done anything quite like this, but it's been a lot of fun, and the hogs have been very, very good, particularly like this trio of them right here. I think these hogs can go a lot of places and a lot of states and all be players and be extremely, extremely competitive. And so my hat's off to you guys as exhibitors for exhibiting this kind of quality and great showman, extremely well presented, and it's been a lot of fun and very, very enjoyable. Also, I think we would be remiss to not thank all of the ring staff and everybody that made this possible. I mean, extremely, extremely efficient. These guys getting them in and out of here. Whenever we started yesterday and they told me we didn't have any pins in here, we were just going to kind of have to place them and go. I got nervous pretty fast that we'd get some of these hogs pretty hot and pretty tight, but boy, as soon as we got them placed, those guys were getting them out of here. And so I think we need to give those folks a really good round of applause for those of you that are around here. And then in addition to that, I've been asked several times, what is it like in Oklahoma? And it's basically, a deal where we're either kind of canceling them or we're having them. And so I guess for me, I commend you folks here for doing whatever it takes to be able to have it. It's definitely been different and it's definitely unique. But I certainly commend you folks for being able to do this in whatever way possible to be able to have a pig show. And so just the county fair in general, I mean, you have your other species as well. And so my hat's off to you folks folks there, and I would certainly thank all of those people that made that possible. With that being said, I think we've got a trio of them out here that are really, really good. And to me, there's one of them that I continue to go back to. And I think this one really puts together the good parts of the other two champions out here. It's got the design, the look, and build of one of them with all the mass and the extras is another one. That's the young lady in Blue Bear right here in the middle out of the second division. Congratulations to her.
Samantha Payne, please come to the ring. Samantha Payne, please come to the ring.
Yeah, I was a pretty big fan of that blue one. I thought that pig really won pretty comfortably out here. I liked a lot of things about that, what that one did. And I think the decision for reserves where it gets to be really close and really competitive. When we bring that second in that division back out here, that young lady kind of took my advice and got that one going pretty fast. And that pig looks really, really good out here right now. I love his soundness to his feature. Love whenever he just stops and puts his head up in the air, and that hog's got a good look from the side and still really stout and massive. I think we've got a good pair of them out here that are two division champions as well as blue one, just so athletic and so comfortable and mobile about his skeleton. And then you got that Division I winner there that's just so dense and so stout and muscular, but still handles it pretty well. I think there's three really, really good hogs out here. I think there's one of them that just hits me a little bit harder as much as anything. That reserve middle, the reserve grand. Congratulations to that young lady.
Brandon Clevenger and Jade West. Please bring your hogs to the ring at this time. Brandon Clevenger and Jade West to the pen at this time.
Jasmine, stay.
We need these 4 swine in the ring at this time. We need Brandon Clevenger, Jasmine Clevenger, Jaron Godley, and Jade West. Please come to the ring. Thank you. This now concludes our 2020 Swine Market Show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again to Chris Hall, coming from Eastern or Oklahoma State College as the animal science professor and judging team coach. He was also a graduate of OSU and a member of the 2012 National Livestock Judging Team. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Brandy, are we allowed to take pictures in the ring?
Chris, are you okay with pictures?
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, go back to the... So I wrote down their class numbers and numbers and stuff like that on the front page.
What are we doing now?
If you need that.
Okay. And we got him. Where do you got him?
You tell me.
Okay.
Do we have back?
Thank you very, very much.
Anytime.
Any comments? Are we okay? Did you understand everything? Yeah. Okay, good.
Thank you all for tuning in for this 2020 Hogs Show. We'll see you on Thursday with the cattle.